Hi everyone, I'm Tom.
And I'm Mom.
And today on Tom and Mom Play, we're playing
Horrified Greek Monsters.
Yep, from Ravensburger Games. Pandora's box has been opened and 6 of the monsters has come out onto the island. Okay, it's just going to be 3. Has come out onto the island, and we, playing heroes, are trying to stop the monsters before all Hades breaks loose. That's on the box. Don't blame me for the pun. Unless you liked it, then blame me for the pun. It's on the box. But yes, in Horrified Greek Monsters, if you've ever played a Horrified game, it plays very similar to the others with a couple of wrinkles and exceptions, which we'll get into in a minute. But if you've never played a Horrified game before, it is a cooperative game. We are playing heroes, going across the island here. In a normal game, you just choose 3 of our monsters. We have chosen the Siren, Medusa, and the Minotaur. If it's your first game, they recommend only 2, and it's Cerberus and the Basilisk. But every baddie plays a little bit different, and we just kind of shuffled, put them out. This is what we have. So we've got the board, middle of the table. We've got our terror track at 0. If this track ever makes it to the end, we lose. We have our monster cards. There are 30 of them. If it ever runs out,
we lose.
We lose. The one way to win is to do the advance and defeat steps on each of the monsters. We can do it in any order we wish. We can work on them piecemeal a little bit at a time as well. And each monster plays a little bit differently. It's a different puzzle to solve, and their setup is on the other side of these boards. You can always use one of the ones that you're not using, refer to it. So, going over the monsters a little bit and what we need to do, we have here the Siren. The Siren's luring songs can only be blocked by precisely matching her tones. So, at the Siren's location, so wherever she's at, we need to discard items that are blue. There are 3 colors of items. There is blue, there is teal, there is orange. And I know it's relics, items, but I can't remember what they are. They're teal, blue, and orange. That's what they will be referred to. But we do blue to take a look at 2 of these face down tokens, and if they match, they're discarded, and if not, they just go back face down. Once you get rid of all 8 tokens, you can then move to step 2, which is defeat the Siren, which is silence, and at the Siren's location, you need to use 6+ worth of teal items to defeat her. Medusa, at Medusa's location, we are going to be, Medusa can only be harmed by gazing at her own reflection. Push her into the 4 mirrors to weaken her. The mirrors are placed out in these 4 spots, as indicated by her board. And once we are inside Medusa's location, if we take an action to sacrifice an orange, it'll move her as many spaces as the number that is on the token. And she will stop at a mirror space. If she stops in a mirror space, you take the mirror off, you put it there. Once she has all 4, we then need to find her lair to the statue garden, where we can try to turn her to stone. To be able to do that, we're going to need 6+ of teal at one of those lairs. And if you've played Horrified before, you're wondering what lairs are. But let's go over the Minotaur, and then I'll get to what the difference is with lairs. The Minotaur is rampaging. We're trying to build the labyrinth and use it to trap him. So the step 1 is advance, build the labyrinth. So we have to reveal the labyrinth first, and this is why I waited a second. So under one of these 4 spots, the Gaseous Swamp, Necropolis, Mount Iliad, and Statue of Talos all have these layer tokens. They're always put out. There's always the 4. You shuffle and put them there. Whenever you're on one of those 4 locations, you can spend 3 points worth of any color, and this symbol means you can use more than 1, as long as it adds up to 3, to flip it over. And it'll tell you whose layer it is. And there's 4 layers. Yeah, there's one for the Minotaur, one for Medusa, Cerberus, and I don't remember who has the last one. Probably the something. Yeah, there's the other one has the last. I just don't remember. We haven't ran into them yet. But there's the 4. They're always out. They're always shuffled. And so we want to find the Minotaur's lair and Medusa's lair, specifically in this one. And so once we find the labyrinth, we can use teal tokens once we are on that spot to place these puzzle pieces down on the board. Or if there's already 2 down, we can then switch 2 that have already been placed. And so we're trying to finish the labyrinth here, build it, so then we can trap the Minotaur while we're in the labyrinth location. We spend 9+ of the orange tiles to lure him in and trap him into the labyrinth. Once we have done all 3, we win the game. So how do we do all that? Well, we are playing heroes. I'm playing the Traveler.
And I am playing the Ranger.
Yep, and the Traveler, I'm just like a Pegasus. I'm a mystical flying horse. I start at the stables. I have no special powers, but I get 5 actions on my turn instead of the usual 4. And Mom is the Ranger who starts here at the Forest of the Dryads. And your favor of the gods
is when the terror level increases, draw a perk card. Ability is always in effect and does not take an action.
Yep, it's kind of awesome. So that is what we're doing, and our things that we can do are we can move. Simple enough, we just move from one location to another following the trails that cost 1 action. If we have what are called the legends, if you've played Horrified before, they are the villagers or the townsfolk. We can take any number of them with us along the path. But big designation, we are heroes. These are legends in this game. It's hard. It's a fun one to keep track of. Next action we can do on our turn is guide, which once again with the legends, we can either guide them from our space to another, or we can guide them from an adjacent space to our space. Simple. And why would we want to do that? Because as they spawn throughout the game, they are going to be in a starting location. Daedalus, I don't know where he starts. It's on the card and shuffled right now. So let's just put him on the battlefield, for example. He has a final location he wants to go to, which is Acropolis. And if we get him to Acropolis, he comes off the board, he is safe, and we get a perk card, a one-time use card that we can use on either of our turns. That will benefit us, and they are not an action to use, so they're very good. The reason why we don't want them to stay out is because our baddies can hit them, which is not good. Because they just take 1 hit and they are dead, and the terror goes up every time we lose one. So we want to save them as often as we can. Doesn't always happen. The next thing we can do is a pickup action. The last part of setup we need to do, well, there's 2 parts. Let's get 12 items out. Okay, the Bay of Ghost, which is down where Medusa is. Temple of Zeus near the Minotaur. We've got another Temple of Zeus. It is Forest of the Dryads, where Mom's at. Odeon. Agora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 at the Gaseous Swamp. 8 is at the Stadium. At Mount Iliad.
10.
At the Ruins. 11 at the Statue of Talos.
And 12.
Another at Mount Iliad. Okay. So those are our items. So yeah, as we said, they come in flavors of teal, orange, yellow, and blue. The type of what they are versus the number can depend on who you're fighting. Usually the 2 things you pay more attention to are the colors and potentially the numbers that are on there. So when we say a strength of 9+ of orange to defeat the Minotaur, it would be, okay, this gives us a power of 2, this is a 3, and we can discard more than 1, because none of these are going to be higher than 9. I think the biggest number we see is 6.
I think so.
Okay. And there's some where the number doesn't matter. It's just the color type. So, going back to the actions we can take is pickup. You can pick up any number of items in your location for one action. So if I'm up here at the Temple of Zeus, I take both for one. If I'm at Odeon, I take one for one. If I'm up here, I could take one and leave another in case maybe it would benefit. Like if we're doing two separate things, Mom can pick up one, I can pick up another. That's fine. Easy peasy. There is share. If we are in the same location, we can trade freely back and forth, costing one action for the entire trade. We already talked about the advance for each of the monsters. Those are all of their step ones. And defeat, which is the bottom half. Special action, which is the favor of the gods. Neither of us have one that we can spend to use. And then we've got the reveal action, which we talked about before as well. Then we go to the monster phase, which I'm going to get into a little bit more once we actually start playing, so I don't kind of make me have to reshuffle. I'm being lazy. But they'll have a number on there that will say how many items will come out onto the board. There is an event that you resolve, and a lot of times it'll have everything to do with the symbols that are indicated on each of the monsters, as well as the monster attack. And you'll notice the Siren has this extra fun symbol known as the Frenzy. So not only do her symbols mean that she can move and attack, so does that. Attacks will involve using these dice that come in the flavors of blank, hit, and special action or the special power, where each of them have their own thematic power that they do, and you resolve them in the order of power and then hit. And if we take a hit for any reason, if we have an item, we can discard it. If we don't, well, we're getting taken out. Terror goes up by 1, and we will respawn on our next turn at the Temple of Nyx. We can also opt to just take the hit, keep everything we have. Terror goes up, and we go to the Temple of Nyx. And if we are in a space with a legend and damage is dealt, we can have the damage come at us unless something specifies that it's going after the legend. And usually if it does, it will give you an option to block it. But that you're going to see a little bit more as we go on. It's kind of the easiest way to go about it. I think that's everything. Yeah? Am I missing something?
Not that I can think of, no.
Okay. So let us begin.
Alrighty.
Okay. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. Boy, we didn't run into a good cluster of items. Mm-hmm. There's only a couple spaces that have more than one. And yeah, with my 5 actions, I can get somewhere. And early on, I really don't want to get near the Minotaur.
Right.
Pretty much, you want to, as much as you can, you want to play a little bit of keep away. I mean, yeah, because even if we move her right away, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that actually might not be bad. Okay, I'm going to go 1, moving to the crossroads. 2, moving down to Bay of Ghost. 3, I'm picking up the Javelin. 4, I'm spending the Javelin to use Medusa's build the Mirror Trap at Medusa's location. Discard a orange to move her several spaces equal to the item's strength, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And she stops at a mirror location, and we'll go ahead and put that right there. So we've got her 1 of 4 taken care of. But the last thing I'm going to do, because I have 1 action remaining, is up here. Items, just make a discard pile for them. If the bag ever runs out, then take the discard, put them in, refill them. But that's the end of my turn. We go to the monster phase. Oh, other thing, actually, I did forget, is we start with a perk card. And what you got, and keep it up here. You've got move any monster up to 4 spaces spaces with the Fury of Ares, and I have the Will of Hades. Spend 1 item of each color to lower the terror level by 1. Not bad. Because on the player, the hero phase is the only time we can use those cards. Once the monster phase starts happening, we're stuck until it's done. So first we have Trickery. 0 items are coming out, but there's an exception. For each, with kind of the wing monster symbol, which is 1, the siren, draw and place an item. Then that monster is going to be moving to that space. All right, the vineyards, so you got the siren and Medusa chilling out at the vineyards. Then we come down here. This would tell us if the frenzied monster will activate, and then this symbol here is what we're looking on the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If any of our monsters have it, they would activate by following movement of, so here is 2. They'll go towards the nearest. If there's a tie, they'll go to the most in a space. If there's still a tie, they'll go towards the active player. And this will, unless they're already in a space with somebody. And then this will be an attack and how many die they roll to attack with. We lucked out. Nobody is moving this turn. So you are up.
Should I pick up those 2 items for...
Well, this would be 1. You can't pick this up. This is the mirror to shove Medusa into. So if you want to, you can move down for 2, pick it up for 3. And then maybe come back here for 4. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's your beginning early turns are going to very much be just grabbing items. All right, you ready for the bad stuff?
Yeah.
All right. We've got Obsession. Move each hero... 2 items come out first. Okay, thank you. This is Temple of Hades gets 1. And the Bay of Ghost gets the other. So monster action Obsession. Move each hero and legend towards the chalice monster closest to them. These 2 are both chalice monsters. So 1, 2. Mom is going to get 1, 2. Let's see, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, equidistant. You could be at the stables or you could be at Odeon. I'll let you have the choice.
I'll go up there to
the Odeon?
Yep.
Okay. And then, this isn't good. So monsters who move and attack. The Minotaur matches that helmet symbol. He's moving 1 space and he's rolling 3 dice.
3?
Yep. This dice tower does not come with the game. We just picked it up, built it ourselves. Well, put it together ourselves. Okay, so the special power goes first. Any player must discard a blue item or the terror level goes up by 1. It's up to you if you want to spend it now or not. Because keep in mind, if you don't and that terror level goes up, you get a perk card due to your power. But it is early.
Yeah. I think I'll hang on to it.
Okay, so terror goes up.
Yeah.
Mom gets a perk. Revelry of Dionysus. Draw and place 1 item. You may place 1 hero or monster in that item space. Keep in mind, we're on monster phase, so we can't use it right now.
Yeah.
It'd be great to move him around because the second thing he's going to do is he's going to hit me for 1. I don't have defense, so I drop and I will, on my next turn, I'm starting at the Temple of Nyx. Terror goes up by 1, but it's not a once per round, so Mom's getting another card, which is each player draws 1 item from the item bag. Welcome back to our turn. It's mine. We might as well
Play those.
spend both these.
Yep.
So first one, each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag. Temple of Nyx, not bad. And Odeon, where you're at, that's actually helpful. And then draw and place 1 item. We can place one hero or monster in that item space if we want to at the gaseous swamp. It's not bad. And actually, if we move you down there, it gets you away from the Minotaur.
That's true.
So, move you there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. And are either of those three? Ooh, one is. Okay. So, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm picking these up for 4. And my last action is I'm going to reveal the layer token, spending my 3+ of that. And we have found Medusa's statue garden. So once we have her with the other 3 mirrors, we have to send her that direction to finish her off.
Yep.
But not bad. The bad stuff. 3.
3?
Yep. Oh, that's not good.
Here's 1.
This is what I get for reading ahead. And putting out items going, Necropolis. And I think we're going to want to do this one. So, it's Cruelty. Discard 3 items or raise the terror level by 1. All heroes may contribute. Move the Frenzy monster to the next monster. So, Frenzy moves to Medusa. You and I can both pull that off. Yeah, everything.
Everything goes. There we go.
All right, so that doesn't happen, but monsters are going to move. The only one that does is the Frenzy, so Medusa's moving 2 spaces towards the nearest 1, and I'm closer, so she's coming to the stables. Great! Oh. And hey, you're up.
Alrighty. I'll pick this up for 1.
Yeah, you get both items. Ooh, you could maybe go up and shove her somewhere, but you would be right next to the Minotaur.
No, we might as well go for it.
Oh, but you do have Fury of Ares, so we could shove him in a corner somewhere.
Yeah.
So say you come up here for 2,
2,
3,
3,
and then spend this
Yep.
to move her up to 3 spaces.
Yep.
And let's go 1. We'll just go the 2
2.
for the Acropolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we get
Then, if you spend your Fury of Ares, and we're going to shove him in the stadium because there's not a connection from here to there,
right.
he's got to come a long way around.
Yep.
All right.
Get him contained for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Ready.
1 item comes out. It is Force of the Dryads. And move each sword monster 3 spaces towards the closest legend. We don't have a legend out, so he is staying put. And anyone with a lightning bolt is going to activate this turn, which is unfortunately Medusa. She's moving 2. And guess who still doesn't have an item? Oh, wait, no. Going after you, not me. Yay! That's so mean of me. It's so true, though. Go ahead. You're rolling 1 die.
1 die?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was me. 1 hit, so you can spend the item.
Here we go.
Okay, now the downside is if she hits you again.
I'm dead.
Yeah. And terror goes up yet again, which is one of the fastest I've seen this terror track go up. Yeah. So we're not. This is what we get for recording it. We stop thinking, and like I worry more about everything else.
Yeah.
So we're in trouble.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A lot of it.
Because I can't even move her. You're sitting on an item that can move her, but she's too far away for me to do anything. There's no legends out for me to try to move. So I think the play right now might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the bad stuff. All right, hey, here comes our first one. Atlanta is coming out to the Temple of Athena. 3 items come alongside. And I got some bad news.
Of course.
The Lighthouse gets 1. The Port gets 1. And Acropolis gets 1. The Frenzied Monster, who is Medusa, unfortunately, is going to attack for 2.
For 2?
Yep, 2 blanks would be great.
Yeah.
Nope. 1, which is just enough to take you out.
Yep.
Terror goes up by 1, however, oops. That is the Power of Hera. Place a hero in any space, which isn't bad. The second one who's going to activate is anyone with the sword symbol, which is the Minotaur, who is moving 2 spaces.
2?
Yeah, not too happy. You're up.
Yep. I'm going to come alive first. Pick that up for 2.
For 1.
For 1.
Yep, you just spawned there.
Okay. 2.
You've used 1.
1. 1.
You were determined.
1.
Yeah, because unfortunately Atlanta is up in the corner. Where does she want to get to? She wants to go to the Forest of the Dryad. So unless you spend your card to go straight up to her.
I'll do that.
Okay. So, because that lets you put hero in any space.
There we go.
So you still use only 1 action. So say you go 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
It's not bad. It's not great.
Not great.
It's not bad. 1 item comes out.
Here we go.
Thank you. The Agora, the big city. The monster action is death. Move each the column monster, who is of course Medusa, 2 spaces towards the player with the fewest items, which is you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an even spread, so she can end up in Odeon or she can end up in the Forest of the Dryads, but she won't. I don't believe it's not in the rules, and I wish the rules were a little bit more clear and a little bit more proofread. I'll get into that later. That if she moves into a mirror on her own, it doesn't count. I think we have to trap. Do sacrifice Adam to trap her.
Yeah.
It feels more in the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. Do you want her down to the forest or up at Odeon?
We'll put her up there.
At Odeon?
Yeah.
Okay. And then anyone with the little leafy symbol here is going to activate. So the Siren will take 1 step. Minotaur is taking 1 step. That is not a good way to go right now.
No.
All right.
Stay clear of that area.
Yep. So I am going to guide them for 1. For 2, we're going to move down to here and save Atlanta. Get a perk card. Each player, ooh, yeah, let's just do that right away. Each player draws and places 1 item from the bag. Gymnasium. And Necropolis. So I've taken 2 actions. Oh, it's so much better going to where they're piled up instead of just spending 1 action, 1 action, 1 action. But we're not in a good spot to do that. So I'm gonna pick this up for 3. 4. I'm gonna come down here for 5. I don't like it, but
Yeah.
1.
1.
Yep.
1.
Acropolis. All right, and it's death again. Move each this monster 2 spaces towards the player with the fewest items. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
And then the leafy monsters move. We are 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I was active player, so I break tie. Cool. And if you had a yellow item, it would be perfect right now.
Yeah, but I don't.
Nope.
I got a blue.
No, that's okay. You can always move into a spot with a monster and move out of it. There's no penalty for it. You just prefer to be away.
Yes, I do.
Yep. Because with the Siren, we need blue items to play her game. Maybe make your way up here.
Yeah.
Like a 1, 2, 3, and possibly pop up for 4, just to give you some space.
Yep.
I mean, picking those up isn't bad, but seeing everything's doubled up there.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. 3 items. And I don't like this card. This card's mean. The Ruins. I'll get to it in a second. 2, Temple of Zeus.
3.
3. Vineyards. And Confusion. Turn a revealed layer face down, then mix up all the face downs. So we're going to shuffle them and then put them all back. And then we move the Frenzy marker to the next monster, which is not good because it's the Minotaur. Mm-hmm. All right, that should be fine. I don't remember where anything is. And the monster that activates is the Minotaur, who's going to go 3 spaces. You are... Oh, you're the closer. Sorry.
It's okay.
And he is going to attack you with 2 dice. Yep. Two hits. You're gonna drop anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well keep your items.
Yeah.
Come down here. I already took that up.
Yeah.
Here's your perk card. Place a hero in any space. Oh boy. That's not good.
No.
Hmm.
I'm taking a lot of naps.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could pick this up and I could take the terror track down by 1, but I also could go up and start playing her game a little bit. 1, 2. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna sacrifice a blue so I can compose the counter song. And we're gonna take a look at 2 on here. So I've got a 7 in the top left corner and a K in the bottom corner.
7 and a K.
7K.
Okay.
All right.
Okey-dokey.
And we're gonna play the game again, because that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll. Yeah, I'm gonna play one more. Okay. So let's do this one, which is the weird N and the C. Okay, so we've seen all 4 symbols. 7NCK, 7NCK, 7NCK.
Okay.
7NCK.
Yeah.
Okay.
NCK.
I have 1 action remaining. I prefer to go up, but with the Minotaur there too.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's still hero phase. You could move me anywhere.
If I play my card?
Yeah, if you play a card, you could throw me up at the Temple of Zeus.
Here you go.
Yeah. Perfect. We probably should have done that earlier. Oh well.
Probably so.
Probably so. All right, the bad stuff. Hippolyta. I'm terrible with names. Is coming out to the stadium.
Not as bad as I am.
True. 3 items, by the way. Uh-oh, I'm gonna make a Minotaur friend.
Oh, goody.
Mm-hmm. The battlefield gets an item.
And the Joey's Lion.
And the port gets an item. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And the Temple of Hades. And then the Minotaur would go. So the legend. Oh, that's one thing I'm not certain is if they prefer the legends over us. Hero rather than a legend.
Okay. That's not okay for you.
No, it's really not, because he's then rolling 2 dice. And I only have 1 item to sacrifice. This might be one of our fastest defeats. Okay. Either any player must discard a blue or raise the terror level by 1. Yeah. Easy peasy.
That was a no-brainer.
Oh, it's very much a no-brainer. The downside is he might attack me again next turn, and it's not going to matter a ton. But for now,
It works for now.
yep. Hey, Mom's alive at the Temple of Nyx.
Yeah. Well, I could go over and pick up the orange one.
So here for 1, pick up for 2. Because it's orange that you can use to move Medusa.
So if I play this, I can move her?
You've got to be in the space with her to do it. And we only need to move her into those 2 mirrors, find the lair, and we can finish her off.
Yep. So if I move up there with her...
Yep. But that is a 6 movement, and you only need to move her 1. So you moved for 1, you picked up for 2. You're currently at number 3. If you push her down there, you are not going to have an item for defense, and she's only going to be 1 space away. That's my only... I would maybe come over here and get ready to pick those up.
Right.
That's just me.
Makes more sense.
All right, so we drew out Circe. Circe is going to come out to the vineyards. She wants to eventually get to Mount Iliad. We've got 3 items out. The Siren moves 1 space. The Minotaur moves 1 space, but he's already in Temple of Zeus with me, and he's going to roll 2 dice. So go ahead and roll 2. So Terror's going to go up, but you'll get a card. Current player will get +2 actions, which is good, and I have to sacrifice an item or I drop. Then he's going to attack for 2 more. This could actually be game over right here. Oh, nothing. Okay, we lucked out.
We lucked out.
All right, so it's currently my turn. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up these 3 items as my first action. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am rich in items right now compared to where we were at. All right. I feel a hair better. Not for long, but... Okay. 2 items. The shallop scale come into the port. And this up here at the gymnasium. Move each hero and legend 2 spaces towards the chalice monster closest to them. So I will end up going here. They will go 1, 2. Medusa is also a chalice monster. They will come here, and I think, because yeah, it's all heroes and legends. And then the Minotaur. Dun dun dun.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if I move over there for 1, pick those up for 2.
2, 3, and then maybe spend this to shoot her down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's battlefield, because then if you've got the other yellow to get her into there.
Yep.
And she'll be primed for defeating.
Yep.
All right. You ready for the bad stuff?
Yep.
2 items. And it's Havoc, which is good for us because no monster has that symbol, so we are going to get to skip it. I know. That's a rarity. The gymnasium. All right, but wingy monsters go, so the Siren is attacking yours truly for 2. At least I have defense. Okay, her power is Luring Song. Each hero in Siren space, and keep in mind it just says hero, not hero and legend, takes 1 hit, which can be blocked as per normal, so I will sacrifice Javelin there. Move all other heroes 1 space towards the Siren. Yep. Not great for you, but also not the worst.
Could be worse.
Yep. All right. My side of life. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a blue to play the Siren game. What's scary is I don't exactly remember where stuff was. I know this was the K, this was the N. Was this the C? Well, I'm going to flip this over. Okay, it's the end. All right, not bad. Action 1. Action 2. I'm going to play the game again. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. You want Mount Iliad, you want Battlefield. So I've taken 2 actions. Action 3, 4, 5. Might not be bad. Oh, wait, how much do I have? Because can I take her out? So I would need to, so I've taken 2, right?
Yep.
3, 4, 5, no. I'd be short. Okay, so it's, so I have no reason to rush. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to guide for 3, 4, 5, which will get Hippolyta off and grab us a new item card. The Arrival of Apollo, and I'm going to play it right away, which is skip the next monster phase, draw and place 2 items from the bag. I think we may have just done us some favors. Statue of Talos. And Trading Port. Okay, is there... Okay, there's... The downside of us sitting down there is we can cover stuff. Technically, we're still on the us phase. Giving me 2 more isn't the greatest. Yeah, well, actually, it could give us another card. So would you mind playing your power?
I can do that.
So then that way I drag her. I'm going to stop at the crossroads and guide her there to at least grab another. We're trading a card for a card. Choose, move each monster up to 2 spaces or move each hero up to 2 spaces. Don't have to play it this turn. So, into my turn, the Arrival of Apollo goes off, so we're skipping the monster phase. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I would maybe pick that up and send Medusa for a ride.
Yep.
So 1, and then she would move 3, but she stops at the mirror. So, now we need to find the layer, get her to it, and hit her with 6 of the teal.
6 teal?
6 teal.
Okie
So,
dokie.
you have 2 actions left. So, flipping tiles is going to be our important bit.
Yeah, so I need to get down here or down there.
Or even up there
there.
too, if you don't want to go through her.
1.
But I mean, if it would be almost great if it's here, because you'd be right next door.
Yeah.
So if you go 1, 2,
2.
it's dangerous. You have a couple items, which is
Yeah.
good. Not the right thing we need, but it's possible.
It's something.
It's something. All right, ready for the bad stuff. 3 items. Midas comes out at the trading post, kind of up by where I am. He wants to go to Agora. Temple of Hades. That's a really good spot to stop at. Trading post. Come on down to Temple of Hades. We got stuff.
We got stuff.
We got light torture. We got things. And then the Minotaur is going to move a space.
You really need one. You can stop, get a horse on the way.
And the anyone with a helmet will move, so he's going to go 1 more space. All things considered, not terrible. Okay. I could do a little prep work because we're very close to these 2. Minotaur we haven't touched. Because I could come up, I could pick up these 2, because we're going to need a lot of teal. Teal we need a lot of. Because we're going to need the teal for the labyrinth once that starts happening. We need teal to take out Medusa, and we need blue and teal to take out the Siren.
Yep.
So I could come up here, and then that way I can start moving them around. So, okay, I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to pick these up for 3. And I think I at least have 6 points worth. Yeah, so I can at least take maybe her out if we can finish her game. I'm going to come here for 4. Oh, these are expensive. It's a 6, but I want to flip this tile. It's the Chimera's Cove, so it doesn't do us any favors. I'm just putting it sideways. Mom's vision with stuff isn't always the greatest, so if it's sideways, she knows, ignore it. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that was all 5 actions. I don't like it. Feels a little wasted. 0.
Okay.
Fury, trigger each lightning monster special power, which is Medusa. Choose a hero in Medusa's location. Nothing happens. Thank goodness.
Yes.
And now Minotaur is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're tied, but there's more up here. So he's coming this way. And then anyone with the sword icon goes. So he gets 2. Thank goodness we didn't get hit because he was rolling 3 dice. It would have been extra bad. Yep. All right. You are up. You could flip that over by spending 3 points worth of stuff, which your blue is already a 3.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Boop.
Let's find out. Cerberus. So we know those are the 2 that we need.
Yeah.
It's just a little unfortunate.
Yep.
We could use the teals.
I'll pick that up
For 2, 3, 4.
3, 4.
All right. At least we're covered.
Yep.
Hey. All right. Deck's feeling thin. Another Fury. So we already know how Medusa's power works. So nothing's happening there. But he's going to move 1, and then he's going to move again. And he's rolling 3 dice. Hey!
Yep.
I don't like this.
I don't either.
So his special, one of us needs to sacrifice a blue or the terror level's going up. So definitely sacrifice a blue. I don't think the blue numbers matter for us. No,
Okay.
they don't. So that's fine. And then he hits me for 1. So I'm going to use this teal 1. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life comes to my side? Yeah, that was your turn.
Yep.
That was Mom's reign of terror. I can move each hero 2 spaces, or move each monster 2 spaces. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, which takes care of Midas. Grabs one of these. Ooh, I like this. Because I have 2 actions left. Okay, this is going to be potentially strange.
Okay.
But can I do it? Because I have 1 action left. But if I have 3 actions left, can I do that? I would have to spend 1. No, I'd be an action short to knock her out this turn. It would have been cool though. Because so there's 2 of these down here. So I want to move into there, pick those up, and then finish the game off and knock her out. But it's not quite enough actions to pull this off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here for 5. But before I wrap things up is I am going to... Oh, actually, take that back. I'm first going to give myself 2 more actions. Because I want to pick this up, come down here, and pick those up. So that would finish my actions. Here we go. We got stuff. But I could move monsters out of our way, which would be great. Wow. Or, oh man, if we get lucky. Oh, you don't have 6 of that though.
No.
Because I was thinking, try to get you as close to this as I could. to flip that over and see if it's the Minotaur or Medusa.
Right.
Because if we could get Medusa over there, she'd be done.
Yep, she's pretty close. Just get her from point A to point B.
Yeah. Okay. So I think if we're smart, I'm going to play this Might of Poseidon to move each of the monsters 2 spaces, just to get them away from us. Give us a little bit of breathing room.
Right.
I'm going to put her at the stables because you might want to come down here on your turn, possibly. That work?
That works.
Okay. The bad stuff. Unless I want to spend one. No, I don't want to spend one of every color for that. Okay. Eventually I do. 2 items come out, and it's Havoc again. Necklace to the Temple of Athena. Minotaur want necklace. Lighthouse.
He wants to look nice.
I want to look pretty. That's why he's mad. Okay. Each of the torch monster, which we don't have any. But then anyone with the wingy symbol is activating. So just her, and it's 1 space. All things considered, not bad at all. You're up.
Alrighty.
Maybe get to Gaseous Swamp,
yeah.
or that might not be the bad thing either, is picking up stuff here, because in case that's the 6, and we can lure her down there.
Right.
Or if this is hers and we can lure her
Down
down,
there.
she'd be done.
Yeah.
So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then next turn, grab those.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
1.
Yep. And Despair. Move each sword monster battlefield towards the closest legend. There are currently no legends on the board. We're actually really good about that this game. And then the lightning is going to go 2 spaces.
Which is her.
And which is Medusa. This was your turn, so unfortunately, you have a friend. She's attacking you for 1.
For 1?
1 die. You're gonna have to drop an item. I would drop the blue. Yeah. Got her. All right. Oops. Could have been worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move 1, 2. We're gonna play this game, which is the 7, which I know is up here. All right, there we are. And then 2, which we automatically know that it's the sideways C symbols. Oh no, it's a sideways C and a V. No! It's a C. I accidentally turned it. That would have been awful.
Yeah.
Would have been funny, but 1, 2, 3, 4. My last action. At the siren's location, use 6+ of power to defeat her. So, in the teal color, there is my 6.
She goes
First monster off the board.
She goes bye-bye. Good job.
Yep. So now, anytime anything would pop up involving her, too bad, so sad, she's gone.
Yep.
It's a great feeling.
Back to her home.
Yep. 2 items come out. Ooh, the Minotaur is going to activate. Stables. And this might break a tie here in a second. Odeon. No. Okay. So I'm going to get to pick where he goes. Yeah, we're going to shove him in a corner. And we take out the highest number in that spot. Oh, what? Wait. Maybe I don't put him there. No, he's going there. I don't really have a choice. Because he's getting to me no matter where I put him. Because okay. He's moving. Oh, he only moves 1 space. Okay, that's not so bad. You, on the other hand, have a problem. Because she's rolling 3 against you.
3?
Yep. I was reading it 3 and 3 for some odd reason. Sacrifice 2 items.
That's my 2 lowest tier.
Well, that can shove her 6 spaces.
1.
So yeah, maybe dump those.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2. All right. It is your turn currently.
Well, I'm gonna pick up
This for 1.
for 1.
Okay. You're gonna need some more items.
Okay. Can't get there. So, okay, that was 1.
Yep.
So 2, 3.
So you're right next door to this,
Yeah.
but you're only 1 away from her. I mean, you could come down to the gaseous swamp, check it out. If it's hers, you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
No. So we need orange.
So for her, to move her, you need an orange, which you currently have. And you could shove it, you could poof her away from there if you want to. Like, yeah, you could shoot her up to the necropolis. She'd become my problem, but I could maybe knock her out if I get lucky.
Don't want to do that to you, though.
Yeah, it could be worse. Because... So, and I'm going to double read this. Turn her to stone. Reveal the stone's statue garden and lure Medusa there. You may move her using the same system as above. When Medusa's in the statue garden, use 6+ to defeat her. It doesn't say it doesn't say that I would have to be there with the 6 to knock her out. So you could potentially... Yeah, if... So, you've taken 1 action. That's all I know.
Taken 1.
And Minotaur is going to take some work. We haven't even started him yet. We're in so much trouble.
So 1.
Okay.
I've taken 1.
Yep. Dude, maybe just go to the stables and pick those up.
Yeah, go up here first.
Yeah, because this would be 2, 3. You have defense, and you have the ability to just poof her around.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but 0. Okay. This is the one where each player draws and places an item token, and then we move to that item space.
Good luck.
Thank you. I go to the trading post. You know, I could use those items. And Mom goes to the gaseous swamp. Whoop-de-doo. All right, he will move 1.
Just where I always wanted to be.
She will move 1. Yeah, you know something? That could have actually been much... All things considered, that could have actually been much worse. All right. I'm picking this up for 1, coming here for 2, picking these up for 3, coming back to Mount Iliad for 4, 5. Because now I have enough to knock her out, and it's the color we need to work on the puzzle anyway. So, pretty quick turn. 2. Oh, that's not good.
1.
Oh, well, you know, maybe make it work. Gora.
2.
Forced of the Dryad. So, place a monster with the helmet in the space with the hero with the most items. Because you have 4, I have more than 4. So, yay! Minotaur showed up at Mount Iliad. However, she shows up. She moves 1 space and is swinging at you for 2 dice.
For 2.
Yep. You lose an item.
What's my lowest number here?
5. One of the horsies. The others are 6s.
By a horsey.
Yeah, by a horsey. It is your turn. If I were you, I would spend one of those to flip that over. And you are sitting on top of an item, but it's not going to help you with that anyway. I would spend the 5.
Okay.
Yep. Flip it. It's the labyrinth. Okay. I got good news, I got bad news. The good news, you could spend one of those to shove her up at Necropolis.
I would do that.
Yep. So that's going to move her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what, something? 6. Send her all the way. She's not at Necropolis. She's one space away from it.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yep.
You've taken 2 actions.
2.
So we're going to need a 3+ to flip that over, and then 6 of these.
What number is this one?
That's a 2.
That's a 2?
Yep. You have 2 actions left. I can get close to it, but
yeah, because I
gonna be rough.
I can't get over here.
You don't have teal. So this is the labyrinth.
Yeah.
If you had teal, you could start working on the puzzle.
Yeah.
You currently don't have teal. There is 1 teal sitting here, 1 teal sitting there, 1 up at the stadium, but that's a ways off.
Yeah. I was trying to think of how I could get over here to pick.
That up. I would maybe come back down this way, the Bay of Ghost. Pick that up.
That one might be a little easier to do. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The bad stuff.
Yeah.
2 items. Ooh, anxiety again. I did shuffle. I promise. We've had a lot of back-to-backs. Ruins gets 1.
Just making sure I got 1
And Necropolis gets 1. Okay. He jumps into whoever has the most items, which is me, and then she moves 1 space. So I am going to go... So it's my turn because this is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to get ready to try to knock her out on my next turn. Yep. Chiron comes out. 3 items. At Acropolis, so good. I have him protected, which is nice. Temple of Nyx.
There's only 1.
Okay, so we're going to have to mix up. Temple of Athena. Yep, bag is out. Give it a good mix up, and then we'll pick out the last one. And then we'll deal with monster movement. And technically, the item should have came out before if you're following the proper phasing, but doesn't matter.
How many?
That was the last one we needed. So we come down here. The frenzied monster is going to move 1 space. Anyone with the wing symbol would move, but she's gone. So neener, 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 neener. I'm an adult. Hey, you laugh, so it counts.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So you are up.
Okay, I'm going to go over here.
For 1?
For 1. Pick these up for 2.
Okay. Three, 4. Yeah, get ready to... I mean, you would only get to place 1, so it might be better just picking up more. I mean, we're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
2. Stadium. And Necropolis. And we have hope! Draw a perk card. This goes to you. And then move. Fury of Ares. Move any monster up to 4 spaces. It's actually not bad. Not great right now, but not bad. Move each legend 1 space towards their safe location. He wants to go to the Temple of Nyx. He's coming down to Agora.
Yeah.
Then the Fury, the Frenzy monster doesn't move, but the one with the wingy moves, which is currently nobody. So we, como se dice, lucked out. So I am coming up here for 1. I'm turning that over for 2. And she is in the location. I'm going to spend 6 Sadly, I have to do it with 3 anyway. So I've moved for 1, revealed for 2, spending 6 points worth of teal for my third action, but she is off the board. We have turned her to stone. For 4, I'm going to pick up these items because we need teals for the labyrinth puzzle. 5, I'm moving down here. Yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. There's hope. 3 items. And Ryan... lost one. Orion is going to the ruins, and he wants to go to the Temple of Hades. I don't think Orion's going to be long for this world. Temple of Zeus. So he's about to make a friend. This is the vineyards. Because this is where I wish we could use your card.
You said 3, right?
3, yeah. Odeon. This is where I wish we could use cards during this phase, because we could move him away. Yeah. But no. So, our buddy boy is going to move 2 spaces and attack, but with just 1 die. There's hope.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, he's gone.
Sorry, dude.
But you do get one of these cards. Ooh, let's move a hero up to 4 spaces. Which, ooh, that could be really good. Anywho. So, one more of those and we lose. I would move a monster up to 4 spaces because you can get him as far as you can. And so discard this bottom one, this Fury of Ares. The other one is the Speed of Hermes. Hey, Hermes. Hello. No, I can't do it in a Spiggy voice. So that's a freebie. You could come down to the labyrinth and put the first tile down.
I'll do that.
So if you go here for 1, and then you're going to spend a teal.
A teal?
Yep.
Here's my teal.
Okay. Oh, here. I got longer arms. Do believe this goes there. I could be off by 1, but it seems right. Okay, so that was your second move.
Go back up to the stables, I guess.
Yeah, we need to try to get more teals. So we need at least 4 teals, and then in that space we need 9. Actually, come down to the Bay of Ghost.
Okay.
Because if you pick that up, you'll have the 9 for that.
Okay.
Okay, and I think I may have a plan on my turn. Is it a good plan? No. Is it a plan? Technically. All right. Go to the card phase. 3 items. Daedalus comes on out at the statue of Talos. Acropolis. Ooh. Vineyards. Ooh. Gaseous Swamp. Yeah. Then Buddy Boy here is moving 1. He doesn't have the lightning, so he will not go again. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards remaining. We are down at the bottom here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up for 1. For 2, could you maybe use the Speed of Hermes?
Yeah.
To go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still have 4 actions left, which I think is perfectly enough to get this done if I don't botch it. So it's to place the next labyrinth piece. There we go. So far it matches. But that costs that. For my next, I'm going to place this here because this looks right. I've got 2 more actions remain. So I do believe with my last, we'll double check this is right here in a moment. I do believe this is correct. Yes. Perfect. But that ends my turn. As long as we don't get a tear on this card, Mom can win it. I think. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Counting ahead. Archon is going to Odeon. Odeon. 3 items come out. They move 1 space and not another, which is great. Force of the Dryads.
2.
Ruins.
3.
Mount Iliad. Okay. All you need is in the labyrinth's location, using 9+ of the orangish yellow to end the game. To defeat the Minotaur by trapping him in the labyrinth. You are here.
Yep, I'm here.
The labyrinth is here. You have 6 worth of orange.
So if I get this one.
Yep, that's your first action. 3 remain.
Get this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go. 1.
Yep, so that'd be for 2, 3. And then for the last one, you take the defeat action.
Yep, so.
Spend it. And that's the ball game. Yes! Oh! Oh, we done did it. That got rough.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we only had a couple of cards left. And just the one more terror. We blew terror early. But with the ranger you have, it's kind of nice. But let's get into talking about the game and stuff.
I like these. I like Horrified.
I really like Horrified too. So far, I really like this edition. I have an exception to make. The rules. This rule book needed to be proofread. There is some missing problems. Especially, so the very first game you're going to play is with the Basilisk and Cerberus. And the Basilisk is a bit vague. And even the symbology on it is like, and the wording, it's like, I don't have to, because you're supposed to go to, you can only defeat it with blessed items, according to it, and you can bless them at the temples. But the symbol on it shows the any color, and I want to say it's any color and any number. Any number of items of the indicated color may be played as part of a single action. Yeah, and I'm assuming it's meant to be the black symbol of just one, to only have one item on there, but it doesn't say you need to have one in each temple, if you can only have one in each temple. And that's the introduction game, that it's missing stuff. Then you have the rules on the Minotaur. Shuffle the 5, place him down next to the mat. When it says to place it down, it doesn't say it has to go next to. So if you already know the puzzle and how it functions, you can put them down exactly. We got lucky. But it doesn't say you always have to go counterclockwise, clockwise. If you know where they go, you can place them. There's just a few things missing the rules that bug the daylights out of me. Those are my biggest gripes. Typically when we try to read stuff, it's you play it to probably what they were thinking you wanted to do, but I'm sorry, it really need to be proofread. But besides that, I really like it.
I really like it too.
Yeah, it's really Go on.
I like all three of them. The first Horrified with the older monsters.
Yeah, the Universal.
I liked.
I liked
it
I liked it better than the American Monsters.
because I guess I liked it more because I knew the monsters.
Yep. Yeah, you were more familiar with those. Like you've heard of Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, I've heard of the other monsters, but I was more familiar with those ones.
Yep.
And now getting into these,
Yeah. Where like you know Medusa.
I know.
You've
Medusa
heard of the Minotaur.
and the Minotaur
And the Cerberus, the three-headed dog.
okay.
But like I know you didn't know like the Siren, the Basilisk,
and stuff, and it's like.
or the Chimera.
But it's
the one I
fun
got.
just to learn new things.
Yeah, which is fun.
The
The board feels much more colorful.
the board stands out really nice.
It's really nice, and I got really used to where everything was pretty quickly. I think the only thing that's kind of weirdly off on the side is the port compared to the lighthouse, and like even the Bay of Ghost. It's like, oh, it's the Agora and the port for Agora. Cool.
Yeah.
But anytime I think port, I come over here by the lighthouse. The items are fine. And we haven't tried all the monsters or anything yet, but so far it's like, oh, here's a grapevine, here's a boat. We paid attention to it once for the necklace joke. Otherwise, it's blue, it's green with a number. You kind of don't think about it too much. I like this monster deck, and I like how each of the monsters has 3 symbols instead of the 1. Yeah. So they could activate multiple monsters more than, and of course with the frenzy, it can activate more than once. I really like them all having multiple symbols. It makes it tough, but it's fun. And then even with the cards, they don't necessarily just have one. It doesn't like, oh, it's always, this card is always for Cerberus. It's like, oh, I ignore it. It's no, I'm looking for a symbol that could show up on anybody's. I like that a whole lot better. Yeah. I think that's so yeah, I really like the monster deck. The perks are the perks. There's nothing really new to write home about. The other one that I'm not positive about, and we never used it, we should have, was the Will of Hades, the spend 1 item of each color to lower the terror level. Could we combined on that? I don't know. It does not show. It's not clear. So like I would assume only the player who plays it could do it. But it's weird because I could play it off turn, and is it for whoever the player turn it is. So I'm going back to my rules gripes of there's a few things that are as clear as mud. No offense to folks, but it bugs me. It just really bugs me, especially because I really want to love this game and be. Because I would almost like this better than the original if it wasn't for a few of my hiccups. And the whole thing of, I know the Universal Monsters better. I mean, I understand. I know Greek mythology. I know both. I like those. So part of me is like, man, if I took those monsters and put it with the changes of this, I'd be a very happy camper. The layers are fun. The card that forces you to flip one over and mix them up is mean, but I like it. Or even the one that moves you.
Yeah.
I like that card, where you draw an item and you go there.
You have to have, I mean,
yeah,
gotta have it tough sometimes.
Yeah, it's which I'm a fan of. It still has the issue of sometimes like the villager in this one, the legend, spawns right next to a baddie and you can do nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's like the one time I wish there was some of the perk cards that you could pick up that would be like, you can play this off turn to move a legend or move a monster just to save them. But it's where you have so much terror anyway. We haven't played solo, and we have not seen the Chimera. I think is the only one that we haven't played against. Because we did the introduction game where I won't get back into my problems. So, and even with Cerberus had a little bit of issue of the 2 doors. It's like a block of 3 symbols. So you need to find the door to the underworld and open it so you can get Cerberus back in there. And the door shows 3 symbols, but it's on 2 different pieces. So it's like, do I need 1 symbol for that 1 piece and 2 for the other, and then 3 for the final 3? clear as mud. I'm worked up. I'm not that bad. Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Okay. We like this game. We like Horrified. Happy Spooky Month!
Yeah. Happy Spooky Month.
Spooky Month!
Spooky Month.
We haven't been on in a while, so we're getting used to this. And also, hey, we have memberships available on the channel as well, with some perks of fun emotes in the chat, and maybe some possible pictures, videos, early release things coming out for members. If you'd like to support us, that is available. But otherwise, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more Tom and Mom Play. We're doing this. We're doing marbles. I've got some other series and stuff going on. So please help us out and check us out.
Please.
Please. But until next time,
Bye.
bye.